Good evening, everybody. My name is Jason Mitchell. I serve as the president of the Cape Town Basketball Association. I would like to bid you all to welcome to this first webinar presented by the Cape Town Basketball Association. My apologies I want to extend upfront for being unable to join the rest of the team in this online discussion, but due to other commitments, I wasn't able to do so. But because we are entering such new territory, it was important that for me that I at least be involved in some way or the other in this engagement, and decided to use this platform and means of being a part of this discussion. So questions may be asked as to why we are doing this and what we're trying to achieve through doing this. Firstly, I think any organization that operates in our society in the year 2020 will accept that the advancements within technology needs to form part of that which drives our strategy. And where we don't do this, we unfortunately miss out on so many opportunities, not only to attract members, but also to attract partners, people of interest, investment into our sport. And we want to ensure that we don't fall guilty of this. Another reason is that COVID-19 has taught us that there are very many creative ways that one needs to explore in order to sustain our activities, even in times when we are unable to be together physically on courts or in boardrooms. And we want to ensure that this platform continues to support us into the future as a tool, as a mechanism, irrespective of us being able to play and train um, when time allows for that to happen. And I think the last reason that motivated us to do this is we have a strategic goal of increasing the footprint of basketball in the Cape Town area. And one of the ways of increasing our footprint is to reach out to more people. And we believe that this platform will give us a little bit of leverage in order to do that. So, what we will do over the next few weeks is to host various discussions, host various engagements, presentations on different topics around the activities of our association. And we essentially want to use this as a resource to our members. We'll do some discussions on coaching and development. We'll get some skilled and resourced people in to contribute to that. We'll have some discussions around the technical elements of our game, the changes in the rules, how it will be applied, and we will allow for our players to at least be exposed to some of these developments prior to us stepping onto courts, allowing for officials and other stakeholders to come and give us input to that. Tonight, our format will be slightly different than what we envisaged it to be and what it will be in the future. Tonight, as part of the presentation, this introductory message, and thereafter, a few of the executive members will address us and they will outline certain of the goals that has been set out by the leadership and shared with members, and they will give us some insight into the plans for Cape Town Basketball Association into the future. As we evolve over the next couple of weeks, all of these platforms will be open to live engagement, discussions with various topic experts and champions, and our members would be allowed to engage with us. Our members would be allowed to raise certain comments, questions, and seek clarity on certain of the things that will be presented. And we encourage all clubs to ensure that individual members affiliated to them are informed of these developments. It is important for us that everyone promotes the use of this platform and that everyone is aware of it. Cape Town Basketball Association is in strict and strong competition with itself, first of all, to be a better district association than it ever was before. And part of that is to play a leading role, certainly in our province and then nationally around the administration of our sport. For us, we believe that we have a lot of resources, a lot of experience vested in our association, and we want to use that to the advantage of basketball in general. We aim to achieve this through the support of all our members, and we want to ensure that no one is left behind. So I look forward to what will evolve over the next few weeks, and I encourage you to participate as best you can. I hand you now over to my colleagues and partners in what we do, the executive members, and they will each lead us into a topic of discussion which we will in the future discuss in further detail with all our members. From my side, I want to appeal to all members, as I said earlier, to share this platform, make others aware of it, and also to appeal to everyone to support the initiatives of the association. We are only as strong as our weakest link. We are only as strong as we are only a force when all our members come together and say that we are part of a group, we are part of an initiative, we are part of a collective, and therefore we will allow ourselves to submit to the outcomes of collective agreement. It's important for me that I support people who promote sport as a wellness and social development activity, that we are able to grasp this concept and apply it in how we operate, both as individuals and as clubs, that we are not in competition with ourselves and with individuals. We compete and we promote positive and constructive competition. But when it is that we want to compete with each other to break the other down, there is no value in that. Our basketball community is one that should add value to society and not one that should cause separation. So, with this message, I want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for your confidence in our ability to lead. And we will do our best to ensure that we make the most informed and relevant decisions for us as a collective. Thank you very much. Over to the executive committee and all those involved. Thank you once more.
Thank you so much to Jason, those not here. We're really grateful for the message that he shared about the hope that the current committee has for basketball in Cape Town. So good evening to everyone. My name is Faith. I'm the current vice chair of Cape Town Basketball Association. I'm really grateful for the opportunity that I was afforded by you to help basketball grow in Cape Town. I've been fortunate enough to be playing here for the past 10 years, and I only hope that the game will grow even more. So welcome to Talk Cape Town Basketball, and we are today discussing how basketball has changed in Cape Town and what we can look forward to going forward. Okay, so I am going to tell you a little bit about what the committee has been doing, and also tell you a little bit about the background of basketball, what has happened in basketball in the recent months. As you're all aware, because of the unfortunate situation, COVID, basketball has also taken a hold. Since March, there has been no basketball being played in Cape Town under CTBA. Okay. Currently, we are standing at about 45 members. This is including our clubs, mostly our clubs, and basketball in Cape Town is played from primary level right up to high school, and then into our societies, our communities that have many clubs that they're raising, many children and many men and women who are coming together to bring this beautiful game to you. Okay. And we've not been able to bring this beautiful game for the past few months, right until now. But we are working towards strategies to see how this can be possible as the situation begins to change within Cape Town and within the world as well. So to give you a background of why I'm the one speaking to you, so because of recent structure changes, and also some of the committee members from the previous ESCO moving up to different positions and organizations as well. A new committee was voted in, or rather brought into play from the 3rd of October. And this allowed me the opportunity to be here, but also my other colleagues that you are going to hear from today. So this will be a 2-year term for us to be able to help basketball grow, hopefully, and be able to change whatever needs to be changed, and also be able to improve on what needs to be improved and maintain what has already been started off as a great foundation by those who have preceded us. So far, the committee has been able to establish the commissions and to also bring in the leaders of those commissions. And one to mention is the Women's Commission, which is a new commission within Cape Town Basketball Association. It hasn't been there before. And we are really proud of having this commission because it is going to raise awareness to the girl child and to women within basketball in Cape Town. So I'm really, really excited for that. And please support and bring ideas so that we can make basketball a safe space for our girls and a place that women can grow within themselves and also in their careers. And we are, ongoing with reviews from the last ESCO, outgoing ESCO, and we're still ongoing in terms of exchanging certain documents, and that's ongoing communication, and it's going very well. And we are hoping that we can have everything on board soon, so that we can really get things moving. Okay. We do have our biggest strategies plan, if I were to bring it down to a notch, is that we actually really want to work through the commissions to be able to achieve the goals that we have set out for our term. And we are hoping for cooperation from all the commissions that are there, the technical commissions, the competitions commissions, all the commissions that have been assigned. We really hope that we will be able to work through them to produce the best results for Cape Town basketball. And we are working on a plan for 2021. And of course, this will incorporate a COVID plan, which brings me to the person I'm going to introduce next. And the person I'm going to introduce is Coach John. He's well known in basketball, has been one of the biggest coaches and influences in Cape Town basketball for the past 25 years and more. And he too will participate as well in the Women's Commission. And he's going to talk about how COVID has impacted us. And he's going to talk about and he's also going to talk about like strategic plans as well. So please welcome Coach John as I hand over to him for this part. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Faith, and thank you very much for all your good input. Guys, my name is John Goliath. I've been around basketball, like Coach Faith just said, for the last 25 years. I've seen structures come and go, and I'm happy to serve on this one as an additional member to the CTBA. So my topic I'll be talking about today is how did the COVID impact Cape Town basketball, and what frustrations came out of the COVID. So as you guys know, in Cape Town, I would say 90% of our clubs come from the disadvantaged communities. So if you come from the disadvantaged communities, the only playgrounds that you currently have is either in city parks. You'll have your facilities will be at the schools and community centers. That is where the majority of our or the community halls. And as you know, the impact that COVID had is that nobody was allowed to use any facilities in and around the Cape Town or in and around South Africa, or even bigger, in and around the world. Okay, so as a club, Okay, um, we could not uh, participate or play or practice um, in this time of the COVID. All right. So then that means if you can imagine the competition when you play in the league and you have been playing in the league, and an under 18 guy, an under 18 young lady or a boy has been playing under 18, and immediately 2020 happens with no basketball. um, that under 18 guy does not or lady does not even see or won't even have a chance to play basketball in that year. Immediately 2021 comes and we have a new league starting 21. He hasn't played competition. He needs to play in the senior division. So you can understand the frustrations and the impact COVID had on the chains of young people's life in Cape Town or in the world as a basketball player. All right. Um, in this time, the one positive that we can all take um, out of the COVID and not playing basketball and sitting at home is that we could meet like this on screen, having meetings, sitting with our commissions, setting up commissions as CTBA. That is what we've been doing. That's one of the positives that we could take out of not playing basketball, but sitting down and speaking to all our commissions, setting up commissions, planning, and also if you look at it as a player, this is the time that you could work on those injuries that you had, and work through those injuries and coming out fresh for 2021. But like I said, that is the one thing that is positive that we could do in this time is to rebuild and go to the table and do our even our coaching. Yeah, and I'm still my next topic that I'll be talking about is also the frustrations of players going into the um, wanted to play in this time. So, CTBA, our first and main priority is the safety of all our members. There's nothing that we would put price. Everybody wants to play basketball. Everybody wants to be on the court. Everybody wants to run around. But enable as CTBA, as the mother body in Cape Town to oversee, we need to take our first priority, and our first priority is to look at all our members' safety and see where we go from them. In able to do that, we're gonna have to have compliance and regulations. So each club needs to take responsibility as to see that we have to comply to the COVID rules and regulations. If we don't comply to the regulations of the COVID, this thing, this COVID will just spread, and it will take even longer for us to get back to play. And we all everybody, we are inundated with the amount of calls of people that wants to play basketball, but safety comes first. That is our first and priority that we have to look at. Um, we have also we also in the next week, uh, coming weeks, we're launching our COVID pack, which we would give to our clubs, which guidelines of how social distancing, how to practice with social distancing, and before we all get back to court, the sooner we can just adhere to the regulations, the sooner we can get back to. So I will give back to Faith again, and yes, thank you.
Hi, I'm Faith. So I guess I have to introduce myself since I'm here.
Yep.
I'm Sumaya and I'm the secretary of CTBA. And actually Faith is supposed to be talking to you right now. But I guess it's my time. Coach John, can you mute? Okay. Hi, so I guess Faith will come back to you later. I'm Sumaya and I'm the secretary of CTBA. And at this point, thank you, Coach John, and thank you, Faith and Jason, for the information that you've shared. And if you're wondering, so COVID-19 is happening. Where do we go from here with basketball? The exec has taken some time and looked at this. In terms of what we've done, I think Faith has touched on a lot of it. So we are currently finalizing things with our outgoing executive so that we can be in a position to say that we are practicing good governance. We are also in the process of reviewing our constitution to ensure that Cape Town basketball is in alignment with Western Cape basketball and basketball in South Africa as a whole. We've also, like I think it was already mentioned, we've also reestablished commissions, and those were nominated by you, our members, as well as some people who have been identified to possess skills in particular areas like coaching or technical skills with regards to basketball. As an organization, you want to have a strategic direction or point of view. And if you're wondering what is that for the CTBA, where are we going from here? We've sat together as an exec and we've workshopped some things that we want to do going forward. And this will be workshopped with all our members as soon as we meet. The contents of that, what is it that we've set as key goals for basketball in Cape Town? We want to improve our governance framework for the organization. One big aim, and you might have heard from the previous speakers, is that we want to increase the footprint of basketball within Cape Town. And we also want to increase the number of women and girls that are participating in the sport. We would like to have several capacity building initiatives, and there we talk about administrative, coaching, and technical capacity building within Cape Town and within basketball. Then going as far as maybe into the communities to ensure that basketball is happening all over Cape Town, and in that way increasing the footprint across the city. And then looking at coaching and development programs that we can introduce to ensure that the sport grows and develops within the city. With that, I hand over to Faith, who will take you through some of our anticipated challenges.
Thank you, Sumaya, our very own Sumaya. So before I talk about the expected challenges, I was supposed to talk about our return to play framework. So basically, in our return to play framework, we obviously take our direction from the National Federation. What they provide for us is what we basically take our guidelines from. And that being given, there are two main components, and one of them is that the all society awareness. And what this means is we also want our affiliates to enforce the guidelines that have already been set socially. And so education on keeping social distance and, washing your hands and not being in places of mass gatherings, that this can be repeated to our affiliates, our children and our members, our brothers and sisters within the community of basketball. And the reason for doing this is so that we not only create a safe space to play within the basketball society, but understanding that we are social beings that associate with other people outside of basketball. And so it is important that we also enforce the rules even for our players going outside. So it's basically an encouragement. So asking our clubs to encourage the players, the coaches, the technical staff, managers, and so forth, whoever is involved, to adhere to the social guidelines as well that have been provided nationally. Because then it wouldn't help for us to have a safe space within basketball and then go haywire crazy outside and then come back into this safe space, because we are bringing back infection as well. And then the second one is our plan to return to play. So it's really in a three stages, if one wants to put it in that way. And we have a timeout phase where there's no basketball at all. And currently we are moving out of that phase where there is no basketball. And like Sumaya spoke about, and Coach John also spoke about, the fact that we are putting a package together to allow the clubs to be able to return to safe play. Okay. And the second one is taking it easy. And this is the phase that we are currently hoping that we can all get to at this point in time. And this is when there is little to no contact, and it's returning to practice. And at the moment, no matches will then be played during this time, inter-clubs matches or inter-schools matches, until a time that we again sit down and say it is a safe place to do that, again following the guidelines that have been given from the National Federation, and again thinking about the guidelines that have been given by the country as well. And then the last one is just returning back to play. Let's play. So that's the ultimate goal, right? We all want to return to full play, normal play, and everyone misses that. And I think it's very good for us socially as well, mentally. I think it's a very big topic when you speak about mental health. I think I speak from a personal point of view when I say that, because I think basketball, sport in general, not just basketball, but in my involvement in sport, which is also outside basketball, exercise, sport, and wellness is a very big component of the well-being of any human being. And us returning to play is very important, so that our members, our people who are promoted as well in their well-being through playing basketball, through being in a team, in a family, can get that back that has been kind of stripped from us, just from not being able to engage through because of COVID, to also not being able to do the things that we love because of COVID. And now being able to go back, we want to be able to make sure that when we go back, we're doing so without too many humps and hurdles, which we've all had to face during the past months, almost a year now. Okay, so that's basically the plan that we have and that we've set out, and the package will go out in alignment with that. And then yeah, so so I hope that everyone can stick to the guidelines, and that we will be able to just go back to a place where we are able to play. And now going back to the challenges that we foresee. Well, to be honest, We can't do this on our own, right? Basketball has been in the hands, faithful hands of many people up until now, and we have been given the mantle to carry that forward. But to do that, we need the buy-in of the members. We need them to trust us to make decisions that are good for them and for us to be able to grow basketball. So we need the members to trust us and to also buy into the plan that we have. And we also, really require like a lot of support in terms of resources, in terms of just expertise as well, because we are looking into making sure that the game grows in that aspect of knowledge and skill, especially in the coming year. We really hope to upskill a lot of people and provide platforms if possible, and that will require resources, that will require funds, and that will require just a lot of support, and it will also require the members buy-in. If they feel that our basketball needs to grow, then we need them to participate. And so basically, those are some of the challenges that we foresee. And it's not going to be easy because, from our previous ESCO, we've learned that there are a lot of financial struggles. We are an NPO and we really rely on members, and we really rely on each other a lot to make things happen. And we also need like the support and encouragement of like our umbrella bodies as well. We need the support of Western Cape Basketball Association. We need the support of South Africa Basketball, and without their support as well, our basketball will not be able to go. Our sport will not be able to grow in the system as well. So we are looking forward to work with the schools as well, to work together with wheelchair basketball, which comes in. And I think at this time, we really need to take care of certain aspects of basketball and not just wait for that competition time, but really give attention and take care of those that part as well. And so that's basically what I have to share at the moment. And I think just going forward, I'm going to give the mic back to Coach John, because he's going to speak about 2021. And Coach John? You are on mute.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, 2021. That is the one that we're all looking forward to. So 2021 with advice from our competitions commission. So we will start our commence is normally in March. Okay, and then our competition starts in March with the league starting, and August, it's March till August. And then we are looking to partner with everybody, anybody that is in basketball, like I just mentioned, your wheelchair basketball, your Pro 226, your all the organizations that's already partnering with CTBA. We would welcome them back, because once we start with our season, we want to integrate all competitions into our league, so that so it can be part of it. Schools basketball is part of the league, although it's prior to our league starting. But we would like to give them platform. The wheelchair basketball, we would like to give you guys a platform, so we can say this is inclusive. We want to be an inclusive society instead of excluding anybody. So please, guys, for 2021, make contact, use the platforms that's available to you guys, use the platforms, Facebook, and then make contact. So we don't have doorkeepers that stands and say, no, you guys cannot be part of Cape Town basketball. We want to have everybody. So before it's too late, we've got the secretary, make contact with everybody, and then we'll take it from there. But 2021, that is the year that everybody will be looking forward to in joining the basketball, especially the Cape Town basketball. I'm over the moon. After 25 years, I still get excited for this because new kids is waiting to play basketball. It's going to be the challenge. It's not going to be easy, guys. But if we all hold hands and we help one another, I think this will not be a problem for us as a basketball in Cape Town. Um, I don't think I've got much to say about the 2021 except that I'm over the moon. I'm sure if it's Maya that I'm introducing. Um, Sumaya,
It's
Right.
before we give over to the vice president to give a word,
Yes. Oh,
Sumaya,
people can
am I over
contact
to you?
me. People can contact CTBA on my email address, which is sclarke.shzen@gmail.com. So for any inquiries, yeah,
yeah.
then I guess Faith, you up.
Okay. Okay. Um, I might look very comfortable, but I'm not too comfortable with interviews. So I'm really excited to see how we will engage. I'm really excited to see how this will grow. So basically, I just really want to say, boss, the current commission and the current exec wants to bring like wellness, social wellness and well-being, like into basketball, and we want to also really really put the focus back onto development. Um,
Yeah,
and we really want to focus back onto our youth because they are really the source of basketball and the source
So true.
of joy and fun. And without the youth, we have no
absolutely.
senior clubs. So we really have to take care of the youth, in so many, many, many ways. So that's one of the things that we are really looking forward to. We're also really looking forward to this time around having a lot of engagement with the Cape Town basketball community. So platforms like this where we get to speak to you about our plans and get feedback from you about what you think about what we said. So hopefully it will all be good feedback.
Yeah,
Open to constructive criticism so that we can grow and so that we can actually give you what you need. So we are at
yeah,
your service, people of Cape Town. We are at your service and we want to be able to really help you um, enjoy the game of basketball again. So that's it.
For sure.
I want to thank everyone on this platform. I really want to thank Rafiq as well, who's working very hard in the background, technically, and our media guy. I really want to thank him as well for his efforts and just understanding that all these positions that you're seeing in front of you are all volunteer positions, and everyone has to take time out of their families to contribute or to give back to what they love. Um, Take time out of their work, take time out of their leisure time, so that we can be able to give back because somebody gave to us. So this is our way of saying thank you. We are not able to give you millions, but we are able to give in our hours. We're able to give in our commitment for giving to basketball all this while. Please continue to do so. And yes, Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming. I represent everyone here. And on behalf of our chairperson who's not here, Mr. Jason, we want to say thank you as well. And please look forward to next week, second edition of Let's Talk Basketball, Cape Town Basketball. So thank
Yes.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys on the court.
See you.
Yes.
All right.